Hi guys, it is another beautiful day of life, another day to be grateful for everything that we have. I am definitely healing. My eye has gotten so much better. I am going for a walk in a little bit, but I decided to give you your daily messages and to update you on your taroscopes. So your taroscopes are going to be up on Monday, the 12th, the full moon day, okay? Because I'm going to be taking out a full moon card for each and every zodiac sign, and I'm going to give you your weekly reading, okay? As we know, the full moon will be in the sign of Scorpio. That's a very strong moon. It's all about change. It's all about making different choices, doing things differently. So just be aware of that. That's the energy right now, okay? So I'm going to give you your daily messages for the next 2 or 3 days, okay? And that daily message is the Great Wheel. The Great Wheel is all about things turning around, changing, doing things differently. A situation that you thought was like done and over with, coming back, possibly. Things that you thought, oh, they're not going to work out, this is not going to happen for me. Well, the Wheel of Fortune says there's a different change coming in. And if you've been doing things like in a negative way, of course, the Wheel of Fortune is saying, hey, you didn't do this right, so now this situation has to change, and maybe not for positivity, but for growth, learning, okay? A learning process, okay? Sometimes we're not in our most high vibration, and what happens, we make poor choices, and those poor choices are reflected in the Great Wheel, okay? But let's think positive. Let's think that most of us are making the best choices. Most of us are being balanced. Most of us are in our higher frequency, and we're thinking of doing things the right way, right? So doing things the right way means following your intuition, knowing the truth, knowing, hey, this is my direction, standing up for what you believe in, standing up for the things that you want to do, the things you want to create in your life, okay? Not being stuck on any situation, right? And not being stuck on situations that don't give back to you, okay? You want to make sure that you have the same energy flow back and forth, okay? So the Great Wheel is saying that there is a strong possibility of things getting better for you, of situations creating a wish fulfillment, of situations becoming better, of things moving better in a better way, of things flowing in a better way, of great opportunities also coming up towards you, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune is all about a change of direction. It's all about wish fulfillment. It's all about creating something that you thought wasn't going to happen, right? Suddenly it happens. That's what the Wheel of Fortune does. Suddenly this great possibility comes towards you that you didn't think you were going to have, or that you didn't think was even possible, okay? So that's what the Wheel of Fortune is all about. It is also about, if you're making the wrong decisions, if you're not doing things right, well, you're going to repeat the process all over again. See that snake eating its own tail? You're repeating the process over and over again. It can work in a positive way or a negative way. It's up to you and the direction and the choices that you make for your life, right? And how clear and honest you are with others, okay? So definitely, this is a great omen, the Wheel of Fortune, especially if you've been in your high vibration, especially if you've been balanced, especially if you've been doing things as fair as you can. Have you been dealing fairly with others? Have you been honest about who you are and how you're moving forward and what you want to track in your life? You can't be afraid of others. You can't be afraid of what won't or will happen. You have to take the risk, right? And they have to be positive risk, okay? They got to be positive, high vibrational risk for them to be good and for things to happen for you, okay? So if you were doubtful that no matter how much energy you're putting into something, it's not working, well, the Wheel of Fortune is telling you, guess what? You're getting a lucky break, right? So that is the messages for the next few days. It is positive. It is beautiful, especially when you're high vibrating and you're being balanced and you're being honest and truthful to others, and you're moving things and you're being, positive, and you're being honest to people about the things you want, the situations you want to attract, okay? So this is a good card, a good omen. And if you're not, well, you're repeating the process again, all right? Now let's look at I took out 2 cards for the full moon, okay? Now the full moon energy is in Scorpio, okay? And this is one of these energies that are going to be with that full moon. Some of us are going to be getting lucky breaks. Some of us are going to be seeing a situation that we thought, oh, it's bleak. suddenly come back into play in a more positive way, okay? So that's also a full moon energy, because we're in that full moon energy 3, 4, 5 days before. It's starting to happen now, okay? So then we have, for the full moon, definite 2 cards came out. And the first card that I got, well, they both came out together, but I'm going to show you one card at a time. So we got the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is about seeing the truth within your own emotions. There's a lot of water. There's a dolphin here. Seeing the truth about situations in front of you, about people in front of you. Being honest and clear with your emotions. Being honest about yourself. Being honest about the situations in front of you, and being honest to others, okay? This is all about the truth. Getting a truth, seeing a truth, or finally figuring out your own emotions, okay? And definitely the Ace of Swords about new possibilities coming into play, okay? This is new possibilities. This is an orb coming out of nowhere. It's a colorful orb. So there's a truth here that's going to be brought to you, possibly. Or there's you seeing the truth within your own emotions. Or there's you seeing, hey, there's lots of possibilities here where I thought there wasn't any, all right? So this is a truth coming towards you. Could be a positive, could be a negative, depending on where your situation is. We are all going through different things, and we're all in different timelines, okay, learning things differently. So definitely there is a truth here coming towards you. There's a situation. There's a win possibly. There is a new opportunity possibly. Maybe there is an opportunity that you thought you had lost coming back around. I don't know. It works differently for everyone. But definitely there's a truth in our emotions, and figuring ourselves out, and knowing when we have to make the necessary changes, when we have to, you know, make movements towards something or move away from something. That's another thing, okay? Because it's in water. It's all about emotions. It's all about feelings. It's all about relationships. It's all about commitments. It's all about seeing the truth in everything, even career relationships, okay? And seeing the truth there in your own career too. And maybe having a new possibility coming towards you, okay? But definitely the Ace of Swords is clarity. Knowing it's all about clarity. It's all about justice. Because the sword, what does it do? The sword cuts out things and situations. The sword brings truth, cuts away the negativity, right? Cuts away what you can't see. Suddenly it's being cut away so you can see it, okay? So that you can see through the illusion, all right? So the Ace of Swords is all about truth. And last but not least, alchemy. Now this card can work differently for each of us, okay? As you can see, there's a fire here shaping something. So maybe you have been through a lot. Maybe you have been through so many situations. Oh my God, there's a beautiful bird, cardinal, right in front of me. Anyway, so alchemy is all about going through the stress, going through the learning, evolving, changing, growing. And if you put in the work, wonderful. If you made the necessary changes to do better for your life, to make wiser choices, great, you're going to alchemize. But if not, that fire is going to get hotter and harder, okay? As you can see, there's fire here. And what does fire do? Change the shape of things, right? Changes the chemical components of things so that you can be in a higher vibration, so that you can attract exactly what you need, so that you can get moving towards the things you definitely want, okay? And sometimes we need to go through this fire in order to see improvement, in order to do things differently, all right? So alchemizing could be positive, could be negative. It can work both ways. Again, this is a Scorpio moon. We don't know exactly where it's going to fall. And as we know, Scorpio is all about death and rebirth, right? Death of old ways, death of doing things a certain way, and only to be reborn into the phoenix, right? Rise above it because you've done things the right way. So this is what this is all about, okay? And looking at the energy of life, right? Because there's always energy in things, and you're going to see the flow of things. And you're going to see when things are not correct, and you're going to see when things are actually good, and you're going to balance yourself out. And sometimes you have to go through troublesome times to figure yourself out, right? But this is making the right choices. This is, you know what? This is getting through that fire and finally alchemizing for some of us. And for some of us is being put through the test so that we can learn the lesson. Love and light. Speak to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.